In this short video, we're going to be having a look at the strengths and weaknesses of evidence. What makes evidence strong and what makes evidence weak? Strong evidence is evidence that is clear, specific, and directly supports the point being made, leaving little room for doubt or alternative interpretations. In practice, this means specific detail, direct relevance, reliability, high interpretive value, and uniqueness. Weak evidence, on the other hand, is evidence that is vague, poorly chosen, or only loosely connected to the point, so it does little to strengthen an argument. We might have vague detail, low relevance, unreliable resources, low interpretive value, and commonplace examples. Have a look at these pieces of evidence. Would you say that these were strong or weak? These are strong pieces of evidence. We've got statistics that are verified. We've got testimonies from experts. We've got direct quotations. And everything here can be traced back to something. On the other hand, unverified claims, anonymous hearsay, vague statistics, overgeneralizations, irrelevant detail, anecdotes, emotive but unsupportive language, an assumption presented as fact is weak. Weak evidence tends to be sensationalist, emotive, reactionary, designed to be used to trigger a reaction. And we see this a lot in the media. The Centre for Media Monitoring in 2025 found systemic issues where headlines did not match the article content, and this was particularly true regarding ethnic minorities in the UK. As a result of this, there was more prejudice and social division. There was a contribution towards hate crime, and misinformation about minority communities was spread. Weak evidence often blurs the line between verified information and conjecture. This can result in public panic or fear based on unverified claims, misleading narratives about terrorism or crime, communities unfairly portrayed as dangerous or suspicious. Moreover, leading research bodies say global trust in news has fallen to around 40%, partly due to repeated exposure to poorly evidenced reporting. This means some people might avoid the news altogether, some audiences might turn to social media, and this increases exposure to misinformation, and some evidence-based journalism becomes harder to sustain. News article headlines often imply cause and effect, even when the article only shows correlation. For example, a headline might say, "New school policy causes drop in attendance," whereas when you read the article, you see the attendance dipped slightly, but no causal link was established. Sometimes you've got selective emphasis. A headline can select the most dramatic detail, even if it's minor in the full report. The headline might say, town in chaos after council meeting, when in fact there was just one heated exchange. We might have speculation presented as fact. For example, major retailer to close all stores, when it's just one analyst that suggested it could happen. Misleading headlines often have ambiguous wording. Teacher faces investigation, whereas actually this is just a routine procedural check, not a misconduct case. We might have implied wrongdoing without evidence. Charity under fire for spending practices, when in fact just one complaint was filed. We sometimes have false balance or false equivalence. Experts divided on vaccine safety, when in fact 99% of experts might agree it's safe, and you've got one voice that is dissenting. We may also have misleading numbers. If, for example, crime only rose from 2 incidents to 4, you could say crime doubles in city centre, when in fact it's a very small number in scale. When you're looking at any fact that is presented to you, have a think about whether you've got exaggerated facts, whether you've got things that are implied but not proven, whether there's some key details missing, whether the headline matches the scale of evidence, or indeed whether the claim, if you're not looking at a headline, matches the evidence that is available to support it. And also consider whether speculation is presented as fact.